Good morning, brothers and sisters. Have you sung to the Lord? How about you can take a break and sing to the Lord? You can sing the diamond songs. The first few sentences is good enough. All you need is to sing with your spirit, to enjoy the Lord Himself. You will see the difference. If you're very tired now, you shall sing to the Lord, for you shall renew your strength. Jesus had set His feast the night before He was nailed on the cross. Brothers and sisters, do you know what had happened after the feast? The Lord went to pray in a place called Gethsemane with the disciples. And on their way, the Bible said, "And when they have sung a hymn, they went out to the Mount of Olives." How precious! I believe the Lord likes to sing hymn as well. He has to face the bitter cup, but He could still sing with the disciples. The hymns they sang at that time probably is Psalms 115 to 118. These psalms add together is not short at all. It even takes quite some time to read it out. Psalm 118 is quite a long psalm. There's a verse which is very good. It mentioned, "This is the day that the Lord has made." I wonder what was the feeling of the Lord in His heart when He sang at that moment. I believe He treasured so much God has made that day for Him. The next sentence said, "Let us rejoice and be glad in it." I believe He sang to hear the salvation that He would accomplish. The Father, we and the Lord are so happy and be glad in it. You see, the Lord treasures so much in Him singing. Even when He was in His extreme difficulties, He still lived out His life like this. That is a good reminder for us. No matter in what circumstances, we can face all situations by relying on the Lord. Hymn singing surely is a good method. May the Lord bless us all. The verses I'd like to share with you is in 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. And it says, "No temptation has overtaken you that is not common to man. God is faithful, and He will not let you be tempted beyond your ability. But with the temptation He will also provide a way of escape, that you may be able to endure it." I like this verse very much. I can see God is full of love. God knows our strength and our ability. God is faithful. The things we encounter is within our ability to bear. We will not be hopeless. The temptation and trial we encounter, God is faithful. He will provide a way of escape that we are able to endure the trial. We don't have to compromise with sin or the devil. We can experience and go through all the trials by relying on the Lord. Therefore, we have a total assurance with the Lord beside us. In the Gospel according to Matthew, He will deliver us from evil. He will respond to our prayers. Jesus tells us honestly, "In the world you will have tribulation, but take heart, I have overcome the world." How precious that the risen and the victorious Lord walk with us. We can overcome the things which we are encountering. Paul and his co-workers worked hard for his gospel preaching. They have encountered many difficulties, and Paul has mentioned, "For we do not want you to be unaware, brothers, of the affliction we experienced in Asia, for we were so utterly burdened beyond our strength that we despair of life itself. Indeed, we felt that we have received the sentence of death. It was recorded in 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 8 to 9. It sounds what Paul has experienced has surpassed his abilities. He felt even they would die for sure. But the Lord had led them to escape from the danger. Paul boasted of the Lord. He even praised God. Paul said, to make us rely not on ourselves, but on God who raises the dead. Brothers and sisters, no matter what we encountered, the temptation, the tragedy which fallen upon us, we can overcome it with God, who will provide us the way of escape. He will open a way out for us. In Romans said, we are more than conquerors. In 1 John said, we are the victor, the victory that has overcome the world, our faith. Brothers and sisters, we are the conquerors. We should be full of faith, trusting God that He will guide us through the difficulties. There is a story. Once upon a time, there was a group of American Indians was chasing by a group of white people. They were in a very dangerous situation. The Indian chief has gathered all the people and talked to them. There's something I must tell you all. Our situation is in danger at the moment. I have a good news and a bad news. The people started to have a great deal of hubbub. The chief continued, I want to tell the bad news first. Everyone was listening to the chief with a worried and terrified look on their face. The chief said, we have nothing to eat except the feed for the buffalo. The crowd started talking. Oh no, what shall we do? Everyone didn't know what to do. There was one guy opened his mouth and asked, well, what is the good news? The chief answered, the good news is we have a lots of buffalo feeds to eat. There is nothing to worry about. This story is a humor. The chief wants to let the people know the reality is a difficult situation, but there is a ray of hope. It is not hopeless in the way ahead. Brothers and sisters, what are the situation or difficulties you are facing now? But I'd like to encourage you to endure to the end. God surely will open a way of escape for you. There is nothing to worry. All you need to do is to rely on Him. Respond to Him with a cheerful and joyous spirit. To respond to His training, you are a conqueror. May God bless you.